We're still in downtown Sutter Creek, and now we're at Gallery 10, which is one of the first galleries that was here in Sutter Creek. And we're going to be interviewing Sharon Galligan, and she is known for her watercolors and her oil. So let's go see Sharon. Hi, Sharon.
Hello, welcome.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Yes. And to see, look at all your work. My goodness, it's so gorgeous. I've always admired your work.
Thank you very much. It's most of the time fun to do.
Most of the time.
Yes, there's a few times you tear them up.
Do you? Yeah, I would imagine. I'm afraid of watercolors, so I like oils because I can do over oils.
Well, I thought I would like acrylics for that reason, but to me, acrylics are much harder than oils. Than watercolors.
Because they dry so fast?
No, just they don't move the way I want it.
They don't move. Yeah.
They don't do what I want it to do.
Yeah. Well, you
I'll
certainly
learn.
do
I'll
it.
learn.
Only if you want to. You don't have to. One of the things that I noticed that you've been doing, I don't know if it's recently or what is this? Do you call that steampunk?
The machinery?
Yeah, the machinery.
I just call it machinery, and I absolutely love doing that.
And I really love the way they turn out with your hand on them.
I prefer to do them in watercolors, but the gallery in Carmel would like acrylics or oils. So I have tried some acrylics over here.
Oh, those are acrylics.
Yes.
Oh.
And that's what I've been struggling with a bit.
Oh, okay. That looks like it has a lot of dimension to it. Let's go look at those over there.
People tell me they don't understand how I can do all this detail on the machinery, but to me it's very relaxing because you just do the image and you draw it out and then you paint it, and you don't have to worry about the composition because you can't change it. You can't move. You can't move things. It's not like in a landscape where I say you'd think, oh, a tree would look better over here or over there, and so you just sit down and just paint. It's very nice.
Yeah, they're really great. I love them because with machinery, things have to look exactly like they are, or somebody's going to say that wouldn't work.
That's right.
That gear wouldn't turn.
And that's usually my husband saying that's not right.
Now, you have had quite a history. How long have you been painting and showing your work?
Oh, 40 plus years.
40 plus years.
Yes.
And you have been in a number of galleries as well as museums.
Yes. Yes.
And could you tell us a few of those?
Well, I started out in Los Gatos painting children in oil. I did like 80% of what I did was children, and the rest landscapes. And then when we moved up here, I started getting into watercolors.
Oh.
And not the children anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I was in galleries in Los Angeles and Los Gatos, Southern California, Los Olivos, Carmel. Carmel is where I did the children mostly. Oh. So that's been a while ago.
Yeah. And the museums, were in Crocker, weren't you?
Yes, Crocker and Triton, and it's on my list.
Hagen? Yeah, it's on your list.
Yes, it's on my resume. I should have looked first. I didn't know you were going to ask me that.
Oh. That's okay.
It's been, yes, but those are not ongoing shows. Those are just ones you enter. Those are competition shows.
Right.
And they're tougher.
I know. That's why I wanted to bring it up, because I want everybody to know how significant, your artwork is in this community.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. Now, I've always loved your scenes. Do you want to tell us about why you love art so much?
It's just something I grew up with, I guess. It's just been part of my life forever. And my high school art teacher was one of the best I ever had because we had to learn the basics. And so many artists now, they want to paint, but they haven't had the opportunity to learn the basic structure of painting. And so I was very fortunate in that, and I've had good teachers all through, and good artists that I've painted with. I just want to capture what I see, I guess, and that's why I enjoy going to Europe so much. And well, not always Europe. I mean, I'm looking around here, and they're all from someplace.
I know, that's what I was just going to ask you. I'm glad you brought that up, because this is in this one with all the flowers and the chairs.
That's from over in Yachtville in Napa.
Really?
Yes, because I go through there a lot because I have in the gallery in Calistoga.
Oh.
So I tend to stop it and take pictures or sketch. And a lot of European things. The shrimp boats over there are from Maryland.
From Maryland? Oh my,
Chesapeake
yes.
Bay.
Right, I haven't seen that one before. I love that. Yeah, boats. I don't know, there's something about boats, and then I see the truck and machinery and, you know, all of these things I think appeal to a lot of different people. But you just seem to be able to master not only the, you know, capturing it, but it's almost better than realism, better than real life.
Well, I tend to think you have to emphasize the part that struck you first. You can't just be like a photograph. You have to pick something that you really interested you in that particular scene. Like in this one, it's the water.
The water, the puddle going
that
into
was
the
in
drain.
Honfleur, and I was walked down the hill, and for some reason I turned back and I saw that old man and the water, and it was the water. Actually, it's always the light that is the thing. That's why I like the machinery. It's not, I like the light falling on the machinery and the lights and darks.
The lights and darks and shadows and
Texture.
But you also get a feeling. I feel like I could live in that picture, or live in that picture, or have lived in that picture.
Well, it's true, and that's why I keep a diary when I travel, and I record emotions and colors and everything I see around me when I'm taking. I just don't come back and say, "Oh, that looks like a nice picture to paint." There's got to be a reason for me to do it, and it's always the emotion, and I can call that back even years later by reading my diaries. It's not, yeah, in fact, I was looking for something this morning, and that restaurant is in Honfleur, the
one at the top.
Taverne de la Mer, and I was going through it, and in my diary it said the food was so wonderful, we enjoyed it, and you know, the whole thing about the restaurant. So
it brought back all those
it brings
fond
back the memories.
Oh, that's great.
And as you mentioned, the truck, I like the truck because I like to do rusty old things. And
Yeah.
like machinery. And
Right. I have a penchant for that too. I really like those things. I take some photographs, but I haven't painted any yet. Maybe I could get some tips from you.
I'd be happy to.
Yeah, and this one with the gate.
That's down in Sedona.
Oh,
It's Tlaquepaque. It's not a shopping center. It isn't. It's just this place that they built, maybe 20 years ago, with shops and galleries, and it's all architecture like that, Spanish architecture. And I had not been down there for a while until I went down 3 or 4 years ago, and walked through it and took some pictures and came home.
okay. You just answered my question. I figured you probably took pictures ahead of time, but I know that it's really, when you take a photograph and then you paint, it's an entirely different transfer of color, and
certainly.
It's not the same when you have a photo, but it's good to have a photo as a guide.
That's what the drawing part is, the photograph. The rest of it is what you do with just the drawing and not worrying about the photograph, except when I paint on location, which I do.
Oh, okay. So you do plein air?
Yes, those two
Oh,
oils
look at
over there
this.
are plein air.
Look at these. Wow. Are those oil?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Let's go over here and take a look at these. Maybe you could tell us a little bit.
That's just a hillside outside of Monterey. I have no idea. I probably couldn't find it again if I tried.
Well, it's right there.
And this is at Coe Park down below San Jose towards Morgan Hill. And we painted there every day for a week. every year. Several artists, and they had been at the ranger station, or whatever they call it. They would have an art show of the artwork that was painted from Coe Park. And that was one that my husband asked me to keep.
Oh, that's good.
So
it's nice to have your husband as a fan.
Yes, and he's a good critiquer too.
Oh, good, good. And let's see, you have the mailboxes. That's kind of a little whimsical. That's really cute.
It was up off Ridge Road.
Oh,
And
Ridge Road.
Yes.
Right here, Sutter Creek.
And I was looking for it again the other day, and I can't seem to find the fence. I can find mailboxes, so I have to go up further. And now that people ask me where it is, I know it's Ridge Road, but I need to go check it out exactly where it was.
Those sunflowers with the white picket fence and the mailboxes, you can just imagine, what life is like on that spot.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, I don't think they have brown, I don't think they sell the eggs there anymore. This was a few years ago that I took the photograph for that.
Well, Sharon, it is such a pleasure to see this. I hope that a lot of people come to your show because it's very worth seeing.
Thank you.
And you'll be here the entire, your work will be here the entire
yes.
month of May.
And that's Caples Lake over there. Just happened to notice it.
Oh, this one?
Yes.
It's Caples Lake. I love Caples. So that makes me want to go there right now.
It's a little cool right now for that. I think there's snow up there.
Well, thanks again, Sharon. It's always wonderful to see you.
Well, thank you.
And your work.
Thank you for asking me.
Well, I'm glad I did. I'm glad you could do it.
Yes.
So thanks again.
Okay. Talk to you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye, sweetie.